Hi guys and welcome back. As you can see, I'm with another human being. This is
Hey.
Mimi. Do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us about you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mimi. I'm Tasha's friend, obviously.
Wow.
We trained together at Brit and now we're living our best graduate lives.
So let's get straight into it. I've got a couple of questions leading on from previous video. So about
Lovely.
college.
Yeah, college.
What would be one thing you wanted to know before you went to vocational?
There's so much. I would say get in there with your accommodation quick. Like as soon as you know you've got a place, book your accommodation. Don't wait for it. Because I ended up trying to find a place while I started there. So I found a place on spareroom.com.
Okay, yeah.
Because all of the places on the list were gone. Because our college took more students than they had accommodation for on the list. So I was like, right, got to go and find a private person. So I managed to do that, but then she kicked me out because she didn't want a student living in the house.
So were you living at home when you started?
In first year?
Yeah.
No, I was living with this woman down down the road from college.
Okay.
And then she kicked me out because she didn't want a student living in the house. I think she got a little bit paranoid having a young girl in the house, even though I wouldn't cause any harm. Yeah. But you know, there was that. And then I managed to find a place with Stephen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I moved in with some people, but that was just a whole stress that you really don't want to go through while you're preparing to go to college.
Yeah. I mean, you were lucky to be close enough to college.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people we know have to drive through.
Yes.
Even though I drive every day.
yeah, no, I would drive every day, but it was only down the road, so
exactly.
It's fine.
What was your overall thoughts of college? So finishing, what positive, negative?
Okay,
whatever.
So positive, I feel like I've completely changed as a dancer as a result of going to college. I've learned a lot about my body and how to look after myself, how to conduct myself. I learned little like nuggets of wisdom just about the industry in total that I just never would have known if I hadn't gone there.
Agreed.
And like I learned a lot while I was at Brit. So at my first college, which was like preparing to go to 3-year vocational, I felt like I learned a lot, but then 3-year vocational expanded on that knowledge, and I just wouldn't have known. Yeah,
I feel like I matured a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And I went through things that I didn't go through at my previous college because I was living away from home and I was in a completely different area. No one knew me.
The people were different.
Yeah. The people were different. Yeah. Like different colleges have different personalities and
agreed.
Yeah, there's just a very different vibe going to different colleges. So I would suggest going to an open day if you haven't been to any of these colleges. You really get a feel for the college, but I would say even then you don't really get the full picture because they're showing you the best parts. They're putting on the best parts, and everyone is on their best behaviour on those days because you get threatened if you don't put yourself on your best behaviour.
So there was one class that I remember being in, and this teacher, but I remember on open days he'd be completely over the top and then turn away from the mirror and turn away from the audience and give us the look, like...
Yeah, and it would just be like being overly nice and sometimes like picking on people like in ways that they wouldn't normally pick on you, and it's just a bit like you're doing this, you're not like this normally.
No, doing it to show off.
So do keep in mind if you're going to open days.
Yeah, I believe
that they are putting on a small performance.
And every college will probably do that. I don't think it'll just be ours.
Yeah, I mean the quality of work that you see will be correct, but like the way that the class is run and expressed will be heightened, definitely, in those instances.
Yeah, as soon as everyone leaves the room as well.
Yeah, it's like... yeah, literally.
Then we'll go back to normal.
Yeah, everyone's like, okay, we can be ourselves now.
Right, what's one piece of advice you would give to someone who's going to vocational?
work really hard and be hungry. I would say even before you go, one thing that I wish I had done is brush up on my technique, because this is something that colleges will drill you in. And I think if you can be on the upper hand by really focusing on technique before you go, you will have the upper hand when you enter, and you will stand out for having good technique, even though that's not the be all and end all. A lot of colleges do place high importance on technique, and I wish that I had focused on not perfecting it, but getting it to a acceptable level before I joined first year, because my technique, honey, was a shambles.
Same.
It was a shambles, and I think it affected the rest of my college career.
Yeah, but going off that, going through being hard work and being hungry doesn't always get you things.
No. And I think you have to have a bit of stiff upper lip
100%.
as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are a bit crappy.
Favoritism.
But there's just no point in dwelling in it or bitching about it, or because it's not going to change the situation. You just got to level up for yourself and just hope that the next time you'll get a shred of opportunity.
I think that's a good way of putting it, doing it for yourself.
Yeah, do it for yourself and know that you did better than you did last time, and because they didn't pick you, that's just their loss.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. And also leaving college, completely different environment, completely different place. Like, college doesn't mean
perspective
anything.
as well when you leave as well.
100%.
It's just crazy.
Agreed. Right, we'll leave college behind.
Yes. Goodbye.
As we've done.
Goodbye.
Right, we're going to talk about 2020.
Oh god.
The great year it's been.
She's been
interesting.
She's just been a whirlwind, guys. It's like dragged, but it's gone so quickly at the same time. Like, the year has just shot by. Like, 1 minute we were in March and now we're here.
Yeah, but I think that's because all of us have done nothing.
Yeah. There was just months where literally, like, the furthest I went was
down the road
to my daily walk.
Yeah.
Which some days I wasn't even motivated to do my daily walk. Like, the thought of doing my daily walk depressed me. I was just like, I don't want to do anything, but then I want to
do something.
Yeah, it was just the worst feeling. You're just like paralysed, like Corona. Do you know what I mean? It was awful.
What was lockdown like for you? Like, what was your favourite parts? What was your worst parts?
So, for me, lockdown was kind of therapeutic in a way, because I thought, like, before lockdown, mentally I wasn't in a great place. So initially, lockdown was really good for me to just get some downtime and just really recenter and reconnect with myself and just work through some things.
How did you do that alongside college in lockdown?
Oh god. Before college, so we had those like 6 weeks before we started the online college where we were just doing lockdown. I wasn't doing nothing, because actually I was offended when we came back from those 6 weeks. One of the teachers said, "Hi guys, I know it's been hard doing nothing for 6 weeks, but now we're back." I was like, I have not been doing nothing for 6 weeks. I'm actually offended that you think that I've done absolutely nothing.
They used to say that every time we come back from half term, though.
I was like, speak for yourself, because I've been working my arse off, I'll have you know.
Agreed.
But when we came back, before we came back for that, we had that 6 week window, and that was really where most of the work happened for me, I think. Because like, I motivated myself to do workouts most days, and that really helped me. Like, I always felt amazing after having a really good sweat, and the weather was so nice as well. I think if the weather was bad during lockdown, it would have been the worst. Like, I would not have been able to hack it. So yeah, I think the fact that the weather was nice and I was doing workouts, I tried to keep motivated and do my daily thing, but I didn't put too much pressure on myself. And I also didn't allow myself to feel guilt over not completing a task when the world is in such disarray.
Yeah.
I mean, really, there's more important issues at hand.
100%.
So,
and I think that was a struggle for a lot of people to not be like, oh, I didn't do a workout this morning. It's like,
yeah.
It's fine. You've got tomorrow.
Yeah, you've got
It's fine.
tomorrow and the day after that, up until
And the day
flipping
after
July. So,
Plenty of days.
yeah, and people were breaking the rules left, right and centre, so...
Agreed. So you can't feel guilty.
yeah,
for that.
no, it's fine.
And that was the time when we had online classes from professionals, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that helped me as well.
Yeah.
Because I found it really hard to do workouts on my own. Like, I felt like I wasn't sweating. I felt like I didn't feel it a lot because I felt unmotivated for workouts.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I did classes, even though it was in my room or in my back room, it wasn't great. But I felt motivated through the screen from them, I think.
Yeah, having that kind of... even though there's not people in the room, it feels as though there are people in there.
Yeah.
And after doing it for a few weeks... it just kind of became normal. It was so weird, but like it kind of just became normal.
Agreed.
And I always find like workouts at first, because there wasn't any really classes happening, it was a few Instagram lives and stuff, like normally I don't get that excited to work out, but I really got enthusiastic about my workouts during this time. And then as soon as college started, I laid off doing as many workouts.
Same.
Because the dancing was just, it was
Enough.
It was we were doing stuff that we were doing at college in our living rooms, so it was hard.
It got draining after a couple of weeks, didn't it?
It did.
Because everyone was getting injured from their floors.
Yeah, my ankles started getting dodgy. I started having pain in my knees because I was dancing on a non-sprung concrete floor, so I wouldn't recommend doing that for too long.
Yeah, I think that was the problem. It was too long, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 2 months of
hell.
it really did drag, didn't it?
Yeah, I think the first 3 weeks I was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then like 4th, 5th week I was like,
yeah, you were literally like, it's fine, I can do this.
Yeah.
It's in the comfort of my own home. I don't have to do this and that and da 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 da. And then after a while, it's like, actually, I feel like I'm being invaded in my own home.
Yeah. But I think even the teachers felt it.
Yeah, no, even the teachers were like, I can't believe I'm doing my job from my own home. But like, it feels like my home isn't a place of rest and relaxation anymore. It's like a space to like work. Yeah. And that's just... that's never been my mentality about my home, because whenever I've come home, it's been my place to relax and chill and just look like a mess.
Yeah, well that was the thing, like our rooms or wherever you're doing it, it was work, it was social, because that was the only social we'd get, would be seeing your faces.
Yeah.
And then, or like a Snapchat, you'd Snapchat someone.
Yeah, yeah.
And then see their reaction.
God, that was the best thing. That was the best thing, when someone would pull a face and everyone would be on the group chat like, oh.
It was the highlight of my day.
Yeah, no, there were plenty of times that happened.
Yeah.
Or when someone's dog like walks in the frame, my cats would always, and every ballet lesson,
it was funny. It was
literally they would just be all around my feet.
And then our ballet teacher's reaction to your cat.
Oh, hello, pussycat.
Yes. So cute.
I was like, oh, for flip's sake. I was like, I can't even get her to move. I'm like halfway through a grand plie.
Yeah.
4 counts.
Agreed.
Or maybe in someone's case 8 counts.
Yeah. Actually do go to his lessons.
No, it did actually get like that. I stopped going to some lessons.
Yeah.
But that was just because I couldn't take it anymore.
No.
Like there came a point where I was just like, this just...
mentally not okay.
Yeah. I need to protect my energy,
100%.
you know?
Yeah. Being in lockdown and then being in college, like... part of me is like, if I didn't have college, I would be worse.
Yeah.
Because I was keeping...
yeah,
going.
no, I am grateful for that.
Yeah. But then, it was long. Like, after half term, those 6 weeks were the longest 6 weeks of my life.
There were lots of downsides about it.
100%. Yeah. I think the problem is we didn't have a lot of communication from the college.
No. And I don't know what the communication was like at all colleges or other colleges, but... our communication was just very vague. When we did get communication, it was vague. And I felt like they skirted around the particular things that our particular year had spoken about to
Agreed.
them. I felt like they kind of glossed over those things and like addressed the rest of the college and were like, oh, but we'll just leave the graduates to last minute because
they'll be gone soon.
We don't know what we're doing with them yet. It just felt really like, that we were forgotten.
Agreed.
And then when we mentioned it, there was a bit of beef. Yeah, it's just a bit.
I've still got a recording of that.
You recorded that?
I recorded it because loads of people's parents were sitting in and my mum was like, you better record it for me.
Loads of people cried as well. Like loads of people cried like on Zoom, and I was just like, there were so many times where I was like, I could say my bit, but everyone's kind of saying the same thing and then breaking down. And
they said that they treated us like adults, but there was parts.
I felt so infantilized at college sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt very infantilized, especially because before I started college, I actually took a foundation year, but I was only studying 2 days a week, so most of the week I was living my life, and it kind of felt a bit like a gap year with lessons in between. And because I had that bit of my life where I'd left school and I was working, I had money all the time, I was going out, I was going for dinners, I was kind of living an adult kind of life, I was dipping my toe in the adult life. And then I went to college. The disrespect. And like, I get it, like you need to earn your place at the college, you're a first year, like you can't walk in all guns blazing thinking you're shit hot, like, but that wasn't really me. I tried to exude confidence, not in a cocky way, because obviously that's like a positive attribute to have, but I also felt like I had to kind of dim my shine a little bit when I went to college, because I felt like I'm quite a loud, bubbly, I'm a bit weird sometimes.
I think that's the way forward.
Yeah, it is the way forward, but I felt like a lot of people at college weren't down with that.
No.
Or like my weird didn't match their weird, and then it was all just a bit weird.
Yeah, but I think that was going back on personalities. There was different personalities.
Yeah.
Because we came from we came from a college before, which was so involved, like everyone. Like there was everyone and anyone there. Also,
the difference in diversity between the two colleges that we went to was massive.
Yeah.
And
which might have been because of the place it was.
Yeah. It's
possibly
definitely based on location.
Yeah. And also cost. Yeah.
It was just completely different personalities and a group of people that didn't get who I was at first.
Yeah. But then I think once people got to know you, they completely changed their outlook. Yeah. But that's the way.
And some people still don't like me, but that's not my problem. That's not my problem. Hey.
Yeah, literally, I don't even. Don't even think about what.
Don't think about those people. Just keep going.
Agreed.
It's gonna be really horrendous sometimes, but we were there. We've been through it. Everyone else who's been to vocational training has been through it.
I'll probably say similar things to us.
Yeah, like literally the amount of times I cried myself to sleep, or you know, walked up the stairs holding my back like I'm 90 years old, or like there's just so many things that you'll go through, but
then coming out of it, you look back and you think, if I could do that, I could literally do
anything. Yeah.
But no one will ever understand, and this is the most frustrating thing. Like, if you talk to someone and say this and this happened, they sort of brush over and like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I could have a whole conversation of how it was not cool.
Yeah, definitely not cool.
But it was worth it. It was worth it overall.
Yeah.
Like, it made me the person I am today, even if it was going through shit times.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Now, even though we said we were going to go off college,
yeah,
we went back
we went back into college.
So we are going off college now.
Yeah, hopefully we might go back. But
so we're going to talk about COVID, but performing arts. So, first question is Rishi and performing arts.
Oh, Rishi. You've got some explaining to do, my friends.
So, well, going off this, I had a customer the other day that said the exact words of all these performers complaining about this.
Oh, she's
arts.
so lucky that she didn't have me. I would have been like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
I would have been fired that day.
But then the next thing was they need to just get off their arses and go and find a job. And I was standing there biting my tongue because there were so many other customers, and if she was...
You don't realise that
customers,
performers work like 4 jobs.
Yeah, literally. I was going to turn around to her and be like, not working? What am I doing right now?
The disrespect.
Yeah.
She's so lucky I wasn't there. I would have raised hell. I would have raised hell. I would have lost my job. I would have caused a scene. Very on brand for me. Yeah. Very dramatic. Very
but
dramatic.
I don't think it's dramatic.
No, it's
like...
That's some ignorant shit.
Yeah.
That's some
the fact
ignorant
that
shit.
came out of her mouth, I was like, did she just say that?
Yeah, she did.
Did she just say that?
She did.
And the thing is she doesn't even know I was a performer, so I was sitting there biting my tongue because I was serving someone else.
Should have spat in her food.
I was so tempted to.
Should have spat in her food.
Because all we're asking for is funds.
Yeah.
And some sort of
support.
Support, yeah.
Theatre and like even just the arts as the whole sector, especially in this country, is such a sought after, like it's a staple in our British culture, like not just the theatre but British music is huge across the world. British actors, we have some of the best actors in the world, some of the best fashion designers in the world, like across the board in the arts sector. Like the UK has got the goods.
Yeah, but I think people don't realise it's not just performers, actors, dancers.
Yeah, it's all the little people, the
Behind the
lighters, the
scenes.
graphic designers, the cameraman, the director, the dress designer, the makeup artist.
The list goes on.
And thing is, the campaign that they put out about Fatima having to change her job, it was so funny what you reposted on your story, saying how it would have took like a chair designer, a lighting costume designer, hair artist, makeup artist to create that ad. And they're telling all of those people to retrain, rethink and reboot. What does that even mean?
Reboot.
What does that even... And the fact that it says that we're going to be working in cyber, what does that mean?
Yeah, what's cyber?
Like, what does that mean? And like, it's just so bone chilling and ominous. That message that they're sending out is like...
And small-minded.
Yeah, you're not valued unless you're tied to a desk.
Yeah.
Doing spreadsheets
in
London. That's the only thing that's worth any value. Like, no. I mean, there's so many posts being shared around saying how the arts is people's escapism. Like, everyone has their favourite song, their favourite book, their favourite film, their favourite TV show. Like, we watch these things and we get engrossed in them, and it's like a way of expressing ourselves and also experiencing and feeling things and getting away from our problems, even if it's just temporarily. Do you know what I mean?
But that's what makes me laugh when people are like, oh yeah, like what do you do, just like sing and dance and act? And it's like,
I had someone at work the other day say to me, oh, how's your silly little dancing thing going? I raised hell.
I don't blame you. What did you say? Did you come back at her?
Him.
Oh, him.
Yeah, so there was a layer of sexism in there as well, which is just wonderful.
Wow.
This person, I don't know how much information I should divulge on the internet here. But this person is a semi-professional darts player.
Okay.
And that's what I had to say about that, basically. So, it's... Obviously, that's very rude, but he insulted me and he was asking for it. Yeah. So, yeah. He thought it was funny what I was saying back because he got the reaction that he wanted. So, next time, I'll just remember to be like, yeah, it's going great, thanks.
Yeah. See me on Netflix.
Yeah, when I'm dancing behind Lady Gaga, you won't be saying it's silly then.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. And also, our everyday will be completely different.
Yeah, no, literally.
Who wants to have the same thing every day? Yeah. I mean, some people might.
Trying to make a dig, and it did upset me just because of all the things that are going on right now in terms of the arts. It just really struck a chord.
Yeah.
He got under my skin, but next time.
Yeah. But you're not telling me he doesn't like he doesn't watch Netflix, he doesn't have a song,
Exactly.
he doesn't, like, this is what pisses me off. It's not just the theatre, it's everything else that's involved.
Yeah.
Try lockdown without music, without Netflix,
But
without social media, like, it pisses me off so much.
these little, this is cute, this little
Thanks.
colouring book.
Yeah.
I've got a thing like this.
It's good,
like,
isn't it?
like an artist has to create, like,
Yeah.
even these little Sudoku puzzles that you've got here, the crosswords.
Everything
like,
I've got here will be created by some
Yeah.
sort of art. Headphones.
Beats by Dre.
Yeah.
Someone's designed that. Like, this is all part of the art sector. It's not just dancers. Like,
Yeah.
we're just one little small part of a very big sector that they've just completely pushed the entire thing to the side. It's like,
Yeah.
what is actually going on here? Like, why are you trying to get rid of our industry?
Yeah. Well, what really upset me today was I told another customer today about what that lady said, and he's also in the creative industry. So I'm not exactly sure what he does, but he's an artist. He creates things for events,
Right.
and he says in 3 months my business will completely go. Like, I will not have a business. And I was like, this is so sad. And you try and obviously give them a positive, like, it's going to work out, like, and you're knowing, like, it's probably not going to work out. And he's sitting there like, it's not going to work out. My business is gone.
Yeah.
It, like, in this year, he said that he made, like, £200. And normally he makes that in, like, an hour.
Yeah.
Like, that is ridiculous. And the fact that someone's business and company is completely smashed to the floor because of a group of twats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's outrageous
Yeah.
that it can completely, like, management companies have completely gone because there's no events.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the events they're doing, it's
Cut
like,
off at 10 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to start at like 4 or
Yeah.
something. Oh,
It's
God.
outrageous.
And it's just, I think it's the snobbery as well that people have over our jobs because they think it's just a silly little hobby or just a little, it's not important. It's,
but we may be biased, but I would say that our industry is probably one of the hardest industries to go into.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if in every sense of the word, getting your big break, even just getting connected in the industry can be quite difficult.
Or even
if you
into
don't
college.
even getting into college, the funds, the money that you need. I mean, specifically dancing, because it comes with a lot of, you know, how you have to pay for classes and equipment and clothes and hair stuff and all that. But dancing especially is very expensive. But most vocational training is going to be really fucking expensive.
Yeah. Because the government don't fund it.
Yeah.
Back to the government.
Yeah, and it's no secret that the government demonises the arts. It always has done. They have been reducing our funding for years.
Yeah.
And it's no surprise to me that they're treating us like this now.
No.
I'm worried that they're trying to get rid of our industry somehow, or like
I don't know how they can though. What are they going to do?
there's something sinister going on here, guys.
Yeah.
Save the arts!
Save
the arts!
Well, going off the hashtag Save the Arts, I think everyone should go and follow Maximilian's story at the moment
Yes.
because he's doing something quite, well, what seems to be quite big.
So yeah, he basically challenged Rishi Sunak to come to one of his classes and give it a go and see actually how much work goes into just going to a class.
Yeah.
Not even doing a full-on performance or rehearsal period or anything like that. Just one class, just to give it a go and see how you feel, Rishi.
And obviously, Rishi's ignored that.
Yeah, he's ignored that. So now we're on stage 2. And we're sharing this post that he's made where he's basically challenging Rishi Sunak in person. So yeah, basically spam his emails.
Yes.
And make sure that he sees this post and we actually get a response. Even if it's a no, we can all just call him a pussy hole and move on.
Because he's also doing a charity for it. So he's Maximilian is sending £1,000 to a charity of Rishi's choice. So We can say that he hates charities as well.
Yeah.
He says no.
Yeah. Disgusting.
So,
selfish man.
Yeah, I would definitely go and follow his story because he's also on to phase 3, which we're not too sure about yet because he has not posted.
And just, even if it's just a sentence to Rishi Sunak, literally, we just need to flood his emails so he's like, what the heck is going on? Just so he can see the post at least and give us a yes or a no.
Yeah.
You know? I would do that. Do the work. Save the arts.
I personally think that he's seen it. Because with the amount of tags that he's been in, how could he not?
Yeah, he's a pussy hole, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at least say no with your chest.
You'd think so, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, at least just be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Then maybe there's some sort of conspiracies behind it as well. It's like...
It was the announcement on Friday night. It just looked like there was nothing behind his eyes. He was smiling though, so it was just a bit like...
creepy.
Like, do you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, Rishi. Yeah. I was like,
answer that invitation. Yeah, so fingers crossed that all goes through, because I reckon he'd go to a class and just not know what to do.
I'd love to see that man squirm.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. With the popcorn. I'd actually be there in the class, just sitting there laughing at him heartily, a belly laugh.
Yeah. He needs a person to like actually
humiliate him. Yeah. He needs to be humiliated.
I think they all need to go into it.
Yeah.
And do a big class together.
Tear all down!
Yeah! Save the arts!
Save the arts.
If you're Boris, what would your top 3 things you would have done before COVID hit? But knowing that COVID was there.
It's such a hard question because...
I suppose looking back we can tell, everyone can say what we could have done better.
Yeah. Thing is, I'm at a point with COVID where I'm questioning the legitimacy of this actual virus and the controls. At first, I ate this up. Like, I ate this up.
You believe in COVID?
I literally believed everything that they said, and now I'm starting to question it.
But you believe in the actual virus?
Yeah, no, I know that it's around.
Yeah.
So...
Otherwise people will be like, she doesn't believe in COVID.
No. Disclaimer, I know it's real, but like, I'm not sure about...
the rules and all of that.
Yeah, just the whole, the way it's been dealt with, it's just all very booky, and I'm not here for it. What I would have done, fuck knows. I would never be Prime Minister, because I wouldn't know what to do. I haven't got the capacity of that. And neither does Boris Johnson, so I guess that makes 2 of us.
But I did feel sorry for him at first, because I was like, okay, this is quite a lot to take on as
but then he just turned into a prick.
Yeah.
So
I did feel sorry for him.
I had the smallest shred. I was like, you know, this is a shit situation. Yeah. He's just trying to... No one's ever done this before, so no one's really going to know the clear-cut, correct way of resolving this issue. But as time's gone on... just the disappointment is real, guys. Like, the disappointment is real. Agreed. And he's just been shite. So
they all have.
That's what I have to think about that. I wouldn't know what to do though.
No.
If I'm going to be real with you, I sympathise with him on that level where I would not know what to do. I don't think anyone does, really.
However, I do think he should have shut the borders.
Yeah! No, this is the thing. We were in complete lockdown. Complete lockdown. Like, I didn't leave my house for like 4 months.
Literally.
And people were still flying in and out of the country.
How was that okay?
People were still flying in and out of the country, and I was just like, isn't that going to be the way that it's going to spread as it's come from international?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it just didn't make sense that people were still able to fly. Like, I was really happy that my friend was able to get home from New York. I was like, how did she manage to get a flight back here? We're in lockdown. And then my mum was saying, because she has this app that shows flights that are happening, because she gets paranoid about when we fly, and she always checks to make sure that our flight hasn't like crashed and incinerated or something.
Fair enough.
So she has this app, and throughout lockdown she was looking at it, and she was like, there's so many flights going out,
that's
like what?
So bad.
Going out and coming in, like at least that. And then it wouldn't have had to have been so strict on the population.
Yeah.
I also think, controversial, but like the herd immunity thing, I mean, would it have been so bad? I know that I'm going to get slaughtered online for this. I'm going to get absolutely rinsed, and I can
cut the things that you want.
Yeah, I mean this in the best way possible. Yeah. But I thought, well, maybe because like pandemics have happened before and people died.
Yeah.
That's the circle of life. Obviously, if we can prevent it, which we can, because we've got amazing people working on the NHS,
yeah,
and we can take preventative measures, we're wearing the masks and things like that, blah, blah, blah. But, like, do we need to coddle the population and, like, it's to a point where it's like micromanaging what we can actually do with our lives, and it's just very manipulative, and it just feels a bit icky to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I can agree.
There's,
well,
yeah,
you could
I don't
also
know.
say that...
I don't know, but then ultimately I don't know what the right thing to do is to resolve it, like who actually does.
Yeah. Well, we need immunity. This is also another thing.
I don't know if I'd want to get vaccinated, would you?
No, as in like, because we're wearing masks, we're not getting immunity from what's
going
around.
Yeah.
So I feel like we do need that immunity as well, because locking us up again, we're not going to get immunity, we're going to come out and not get ill.
Yeah, exactly.
And then going on from the vaccine, actually, what do you think about it? Because we've had Donald Trump,
Bill Gates,
and Boris Johnson have COVID and get through it without a vaccine.
Yeah. Exactly, and a lot of people have gotten through it without a vaccine. It's just literally the people who are dying are the people who already have a health condition, or a lot of the deaths that were recorded weren't even COVID deaths.
You could get hit by a bus and call it COVID.
Yeah, literally. So the figures, I don't know, I just don't know if I believe anything anymore. Like, what is life? Is life even real? We're living in a simulation, guys.
It's hard to know what's real, what's not, isn't it?
Every day just becomes more and more surreal. Like, every announcement and kind of, like, thing that happens, it's just like, anything else? Anything else, guys?
Have you found any interesting, I know you read a lot, I know you've had some suggestions of books on your Instagram.
Yes. So I used to be a massive bookworm when I was a child, and then as I got older I just stopped reading.
Same.
I completely stopped reading. I just found it's because I lost interest in the books that I was previously reading, and then couldn't find something that I was interested in reading. It's
that awkward stage, isn't it?
Every book I picked up, I would read like a couple of pages and be like, this is not the book for me. Like, this is just not it. I haven't read for years, and this whole pandemic is like, I need to get back into reading. But like, there's so many books out there, like I just need to find something that I'm interested in. And I personally prefer non-fiction, just because I like learning stuff. I also like hearing different ideas and concepts. And recently I read Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King, which is kind of more about the law of attraction. It all sounds a bit woo-woo.
That's the one I wanted to read. You put that on your story as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I need to write that down.
Yeah. Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. It's a very uplifting book. And it's just kind of like one of those books that kind of reassures you of how to go about things in a more positive way in your life. And it's not about, I think a lot of people have the issue with the law of attraction is to be positive all the time, and if you're negative, that's like really, really bad, and like your whole life is over and you have to be positive all the fucking time. But that's so unhealthy. And I think it's okay to be negative sometimes. It's how you overcome that negative and how you change that situation for better for you.
Agreed.
And the book is just, there's so many things that it says where you're just like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna take that into account and apply it into my life. It's just one of those books that just makes you feel a little bit better after you've read it. And I'm currently reading Women Don't Owe You Pretty by Florence Given, which is kind of like a feminist book. And she's just basically talking about how most of our beliefs and like the way society is set up for it in a certain way. So it's mainly set up for the white people, for the cisgender straight male gaze, and how heteronormativity, sexism, racism, homophobia, transphobia, all these things affect our choices and our daily lives. And it's just kind of like a really enlightening book on social issues that you didn't even realize that you would unconsciously have. Like, relationship advice, why we keep going back to those shitty people, why we keep accepting crumbs from them when really they should be putting in a lot more effort. Why do we do that? Because we've been conditioned to. Like, it's just read it, guys.
Yeah,
like, it's life changing.
Really,
like, the perspective it's given me, I was just like, there's so much of my life has been a lie. And I didn't even realize, like, that would cause me to act in that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, 10 out of 10 would read that.
I need to, because I normally focus on, I like a lot of crime books.
Yeah.
Like crime documentaries.
Is that true crime or like fiction crime?
A bit both.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like a little bit of both, but I always have wanted to read something like that, but I've never found it like a decent book where I'm like, okay, that's been recommended so many times, I need to read that.
Yeah.
So I need to get on that.
Yeah.
I need to get on that.
Yeah. Gotta start somewhere, girl. Gotta start somewhere. No shame. No shame.
Yeah, that's another thing. The growth that I've seen in like lots of people recently is really like motivating. Like, if you're starting something, there's probably so many people that have taken the piss out of this YouTube channel, but in like,
there always is though.
Yeah,
there's always
going to be someone that puts you down, but get back on that horse.
Yeah, it's none of your business. It's none of your business what people think about what you're doing.
No, exactly.
And if it's what you want to do, then you do that thing, because when your time comes, if you stick at it, people are going to regret talking shit.
Consistency.
Yeah.
That's the tea.
People are going to regret talking shit and eat their words, okay?
And they'll come back to you and be like, oh my god, girl, you're doing so well. And it's like, I know.
Don't. All the people that bullied me and told me that I couldn't dance, and then when I got into Brit, they were all like, oh my god, you're so talented. I was like, no, not when you've beaten me down for years and now finally you want to know. Yeah. I don't want to know. I can't stand that. I can't stand that. And just, like, even that book that I was reading, the feminist one, it was talking about the crumbs thing. Yeah. And how people, and I get this a lot, like, from old flames. I get this a lot, where people throw you crumbs, and that's just in the form of sending you a random what are you doing message, liking your Instagram pictures, reacting to a story, like a selfie that you've posted, or like, you know, like just those small little gestures that say, I like you, I'm here, I'm giving you validation, I'm giving you what you want, attention, I'm giving you these things. On a surface level, I'm still good enough to be in your life because I'm giving you these little things. No.
That's not how it works.
No, we are not accepting these little crumbs anymore, guys, because really, if they're just crumbing you on the internet, they don't have time for you in real life, because whenever it comes down to it, they're always really half-hearted about it, or they put it off, or there's something you go and meet them and there's something off about them because they're just not truly in it, or they're checking their phone all the time, or they're talking about their ex, and you're just like, get me out of here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, no, but I get quite a few things from my dancing through as well.
Yeah, I mean, in heels or in
it's always the like quite sexy dances as well where I get things through. And I've had quite a few times this year people call me a stripper, which not only is just like, we're in 2020 and you're using stripper as a fucking insult, like, wow. But also, like, it's just the disrespect, not only to me, but to strippers. Like, leave us alone. Just admit you hate women and leave. Do you know what I mean? Like,
the comments you get as a dancer, some of them great, keep them coming, but others you're like, did that just come out your mouth? Yeah. Did that just come out your mouth?
Some people have foot and mouth disease.
Well, it's like when you get, oh, you must be flexible.
Oh my god, that old chestnut. That old chestnut. Yes, I am. And I'm going to flex away from you, honey.
Yeah. What do you think is best about masks? I've got a couple of things. Can you add to it?
Okay.
So, the thing is, you don't have to worry about looking completely decent. Yeah. Just sort this bit out and good.
I don't even do that.
No, neither do I.
I don't even do that.
I don't bother.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know what? If I've got a spot down here, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Second thing is, good time for braces.
Yeah, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because my mum just got braces and she was like, it doesn't matter because I can just cover them up all the time.
Your mum's onto something.
Yeah.
I need to get my bottom row straightened, but that's another thing.
No, smelly breath from other people. You don't have to worry about
I've got one. Okay. I've got one that I do this all the time, and I'm like, I wonder if anyone else does it. Like, I'll be listening to my music on the train, and because no one can see my mouth, I can be like,
yes,
let's lip syncing to my music.
As long as your eyes are like this.
Yeah, like you'll be lip syncing, but you'll be like. Do you know
a little performance to yourself.
Yeah, I'll even like do the hand, like.
Yeah, love that. And also, when you're with customers, you could pull faces.
Yeah. Oh my god, also eating at work, I can sneak a cheeky thing and then walk around and eat it, and no one goes, what are you eating?
Yeah,
no one can see.
I've done that so much. The only problem is if then someone talks to you and you're like,
yeah, oh my god, stop it. Yeah, you're like pushing it to the side of your mouth, like, what?
What?
The dribble comes out.
That doesn't matter because the mask is
honestly. And leaving a class when you look broke, you look like this, and your makeup's like down here, and you've got the mask on. It's like I just feel so incognito.
Yeah.
I love it. I feel like no one can see me.
What's it like with a mask and makeup? Because I haven't done that yet.
I would always say matte lip.
Okay.
If you're not wearing a matte lipstick, a lipstick that's very matte, you're going to get like, especially I've really gotten into lip gloss, and I always wear it, and then I put the mask on and it goes all over the mask because it's obviously quite sticky.
Yeah.
So I would recommend a matte lip. Okay. But the mask...
Foundation, not too bad?
No, I don't wear foundation with the mask.
Oh, perfect.
Unless I'm going to dance.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm only wearing the mask on the train.
Yeah.
So I don't actually get too much on the mask. But there was one time I forgot that the rules had changed again and we had to wear masks at work. So I turned up with a full face of makeup, put my mask on and was like, oh fuck. By the end of the day, it was literally like orange and black. Like my mask was literally a completely different colour. I was like, I'm never doing that again. I don't bother wearing makeup to work anymore.
It's not worth it, is it? It's not worth
I'm like this the whole day. What's the point?
Yeah. And your lashes look good.
I've got eyelashes as well, so everything's done.
Yeah.
I'm not even bothering with the eyebrows.
No, but I don't think you need to. I think you could whack some lashes on and look great. I want to get my lashes done, but I'm scared my eyes are quite sensitive.
Yeah, I would get a patch test.
Okay.
So with these things, go to the lash lady and say, I just want to test like 1 or 2 lashes, and she'll pop it on and wait out like 3 days, and if nothing happens, then just get the full set.
Okay.
No, because
I'll do that.
I never used to get lash extensions, but I got it for my holiday because I didn't want to wear makeup on holiday. I wanted to kind of like look already done, if that makes sense, because I don't really wear much makeup on holiday anyway. But if I could eliminate mascara, that would have been great. Yeah. So I did that, and now I'm just addicted. Like I can't stop getting the lashes because I just feel so like I wake up and I don't have to do too much with my face. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
They look really nice. That's what I want, because I feel like eyelashes just give you that extra.
Yeah.
Like they brighten your eyes up.
Yeah.
Rate it.
Yeah. She's looking at you. I'm like, I see you looking.
They were the first thing I noticed. I was like,
oh, thank you.
Yeah. Obviously I noticed you first. And then
It is quite expensive. But because I've been earning my own money, I'm like, I can spend what I want.
You can treat yourself.
I can treat myself.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, and it's all my own money, so I can do what I want.
Exactly. You tell them.
I can do what I want.
Tell them. And also, you don't go out days drinking.
No.
Like, you can't do that in the moment, so you save money.
No, I don't. I'm kind of over drinking.
Same. I mean, I never did it at college anyway.
Yeah.
Went out like 5 times.
I did have a few nights where I got quite pissed, but
it was more
I'm
like
just
at home, wasn't
over
it?
it. Yeah, I'm over it. Like, unless it's, you know, a proper birthday or like I'm with people that I love being around, we have good energy, then we're gonna have a good drink. But like having drinks for the sake of having drinks is just not a bit of me.
No, I agree. I think college helped us with that because we were just
and I feel like, because obviously I had that year before I went to college, I was going out a lot in that year because I was like freshly 18, so I was very excited about being able to club and stuff, even though I hate clubbing now. Like, I literally think it's shit. Like, I hate clubbing. But when I first turned 18, I was so excited. I was going out every single week.
Yeah.
And
it's just what you do though, isn't it?
Yeah.
18.
And I got to college, and then, you know, I went on a few nights out because I was new and I wanted to get to know everyone. But then just I very quickly became
tired.
A waste of money.
Yeah.
Alcohol does not love me, guys. No. Alcohol does not agree with me. It makes me feel horrendous the next day. So there was that. And just, I'm getting old. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, guys.
Thought of the day.
Oh.
I'm going to do a thought of the day.
Oh.
Or actually, let's do a random.
Where's my phone? Because oh my god, I was on one on Twitter this morning.
I still don't use Twitter.
I love it.
I know.
I'll never delete Twitter. Yeah. I love it.
Your tweets are always funny though.
I'm always talking so much shit. Yeah. I'm surprised that I haven't been like barred or something on Twitter. I'm always running my mouth. Do birds ever fly just for fun, or are they always on some kind of mission?
That's true.
I actually thought about that for a good 5 minutes of my life, guys. Like, do they fly for fun?
Or do they do it?
Or have they always got somewhere to go?
Yeah, but where do birds have to go?
But do they have regular places that they go to other than their nest?
If you could ask your pet a question and get an answer, what would it be?
Oh, do you love me?
Or what does each mew mean?
Yes!
Because which armrest is yours at the cinema or on the plane?
Oh, the right.
Yeah?
Yeah, the right.
Thought of the day is, have you ever thought of how many photos you're in the background of? How many is that?
Yeah! A lot.
What are you doing in the background?
I always wonder if there's been like, if I've ever been doing something fucking stupid and someone's just been there like secretly recording me like, oh, look at a load of this guy. Like, do you know what I mean? I've always wondered that. Like,
right, we've talked a lot.
We have.
We'll end it here, but maybe we'll do a series. Maybe we'll keep this going.
Let us know in the comments.
Yes. As usual, like, subscribe, comment if you want.
Hey.
And
follow me on my Instagram.
All her socials will be in the description below. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Cute. Done it.